The reason I got off the phone is because I felt like it was a distraction in my life. Me staying off the phone kickstarted my grind. So what do I mean by that? In one of the recent weeks that have passed by, I stopped being on my phone. I decided to stop being on my phone because I felt as if it was a distraction. I felt like I was just mindlessly scrolling. The things that I was watching, I could see play had an effect in my daily life. One day I just decided that, you know what, I'm gonna set up a routine, and that routine was 5 days no social media. I could be on the phone if somebody messages me, phones me, whatever. So I set up a routine, 5 days no social media, and only Saturdays and Sundays I will be allowed to be on my phone for social media purposes. Once that happened, it was on a Monday. This is when it started. I had nothing else to do. I was bored. There was just nothing else for me to do. So what I decided was, because I really wanted to start reading books, and so I got me a book. I downloaded the PDF. You know what I'm saying? And I read me books. I read The Psychology of Money. You know what? I set up a little goal for myself. I said to myself, because I have never ever completed a book. Not since I was a small child, you know what I'm saying? So I decided, you know what, I'm going to complete this book. I'm going to finish this book, and I'm going to understand this book. I started reading it on Monday, and I think I finished it at Wednesday, like Wednesday night or something. Or no, I think Tuesday night. Tuesday night. I finished it Tuesday night. And that was an accomplishment because I've never read a book that is 200 something pages in 2 days. It might not be a lot, 200 something pages might not be a lot. Now that I have read multiple books, you know what I'm saying? But for someone that has just started out, 200 is actually pretty a lot. You feel me? So it's like, yeah, that was an accomplishment for me, and I'm proud of that fact. You know what I'm saying? Then after that, it was a Wednesday. I'm like, you know what? I like this book so much that I'm gonna get me another book. So I got Rich Dad Poor Dad. And you, Rich Dad Poor Dad. Anybody that's starting out that want to learn about money, how Texas was started, the history of Texas, and things of that nature. If you want to learn about money, I highly recommend that book. It's one of my favorites. You feel me? It's just a great book overall. It's very interactive in a sense that it's like, it make you feel like almost as if you there, right there with the person that is experiencing these experiences. You know what I'm saying? So I read that book. I finished that book. You know what I'm saying? And I finished it Friday night. So I finished it in 3 days. Then came Saturday, Sunday, social media. I'm on social media. But instead, this time when I was on social media, usually I'm a YouTube fiend, so I'm mostly just on YouTube. I'm not really much on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. I don't really like that social platforms. I don't. No disrespect to you, to Twitter, Instagram, whatsoever. But I just prefer YouTube, you see. So anyway, usually when I'm on YouTube, what I watch is like funny videos, like guys and that do dinners, things of that nature. You feel me? By this time, it's like, because I told myself I don't want to watch these guys anymore because they're so charismatic that it's like whenever I watch them, I feel like I want to become them. So that's why I've like, you feel me? Step back a bit, see, because it's like, I don't see why I have to become another man. You feel me? I don't feel as if I should become anybody else but just be myself. You feel me? So in a way, I stopped watching them. You feel me? And then mostly what popped up on my recommendations was just money. Stuff about money, like, you feel me? And then the first video I watched that Saturday, it was about Hans Worsdorf, the founder of Rolex. I'm watching this video, but I'm thinking to myself, everything that this guy is saying about Hans Worsdorf is like, as a gem, man. Like everything you can take of it is like, you can like, you know what I'm saying? Like if you wanna be like a business man or whatever, like this stuff that this guy is saying is actually pretty helpful. It's useful. So most of what I found myself doing on the Saturday and that Sunday is that instead of just mindlessly watching a video like this, I was on my phone taking notes. Every time I listen to what this guy is saying, and then I exit out the app, since and then I go into my notes, and I type there what the guy said. You feel me? And I did that for the whole Saturday and Sunday. Usually I'm just chilling, and I'm just watching a video, you know what I'm saying, but not really taking anything in, you know what I'm saying, because I never really used YouTube for like learning purposes. I just used it for entertainment purposes. So then come fast forward to now, it's like I'm still grinding, you feel me? Like I'm not really even worried about social media. I'm not really worried about. This is why I feel like it's important to stay away from social media, is because it's like when you focus on social media, when you just watching social media, you're more focused on somebody else's life than your own. You feel me? And it's very discouraging because it's like, what am I doing for myself? Like, what am I doing that is benefiting me? Because me watching somebody else having fun and it's cool. You know what I'm saying? Because you're entertained. But at the end of the day, what are you really gaining out of it? Instead of, you feel me? Like, what are you really gaining out of it? Other than just having a good time, which is only for a short time. You feel me? And recently I found that I actually love learning. You know what I'm saying? I never really like, I was a smart child, don't get me wrong. I was very clever, I was very intelligent. But after high school, I just felt like learning is boring. You feel me? Because I used to smoke the weed. You know what I'm saying? I used to smoke cigarettes, things of that nature. Partying, all that stuff. You feel me? So my brain was mostly just used to that. And entertainment, it's cool, but I've realized that it dumbs your brain down. It makes your brain lazy. I've only really started thinking like recently, like, you feel me? Like recently my brain is like really being like active, like every day, like active, every minute of the day it's active. You feel me? And that's through reading that I realized that, learning is actually very important. Even though we put it on the back burner, but it should really be on the forefront of your mind of like, hey, I want to learn. You feel me? And I should love learning because learning is important. And that's what getting off the phone will help with. It will help you find out what it is that you love about yourself that you might not have known that you loved about yourself. You feel me? And since I've stopped watching YouTube videos and things of that nature, I just felt like, you know what? This is my purpose, man. Like, even me just reading these books, I feel like this is fulfilling my purpose. I feel like there's a reason I'm reading these books. I just felt like I need to read these books. You know what I'm saying? Yes, sometimes you may not feel, you know what I'm saying. Don't get me wrong. There's times where it's like, you feel me? But you just keep on going. As long as you know there's a reason for it, you won't have a reason to not do it.